where you may have worked, it molds you, and one should want to give back and encourage that institution to do the same for others. And so I stand here proudly endorsing this initiative, endorsing this association. I would have served as president of the History Club right here. And I think we traveled to Trinidad under the guidance of Ms. Sheila Morris. I traveled to Anguilla as a member of the Debating Society of the Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College. And so I had that full experience, and so it really encourages me to want to give back and to really celebrate the excellence that this college has been known for, to encourage existing students or current students to strive for that same excellence, and to encourage future students to come here. There are many different options nowadays, and some persons choose to leave Ireland and go to study abroad. But there's something special about coming to the CFBC. There's something special about coming here and interacting with students from different high schools from across the Federation who you may have encountered maybe in a school competition, but you now sit in a classroom with them and you now learn about a different person, a different aspect of our small society here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And as we go forward, we may be called to contribute financially, naturally, but I believe we have a duty as former students to also contribute our time, our expertise, our experiences to ensure that the excellence that is achieved here at the CFBC continues to be achieved, and to ensure that future students benefit from the treasure trove of knowledge that exists here, and continue to, whether it be Minister of Education in the future, be a future Prime Minister, be a future Governor of the Central Bank, whatever it may be a future teacher right here at the CFBC. But we have a duty to ensure that we continue that excellence, and we encourage others to continue that excellence. And so I give commendation to those who have worked to establish this association, and I encourage all past students to really take some time out and, through whatever means you can, contribute, give back to an institution that I believe is deserving, and an institution that I believe is necessary for this country, certainly, to move forward and to ensure that we have a certain level of education, a certain level of civic pride, and to ensure that the CFBC continues to strive from height to height to height. And so, congratulations this evening. As the Minister of Education, I fully endorse this initiative, but as a proud past student of the CFBC, I give my full support. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. And it is important as an institution that we spread our wings wide and far. And it is important for us, and I am so proud to be in the family of CFBC and to know that we have a Minister of Government. We're going to break with the speeches so long, and then we're going to get back into the musical side and welcome Mr. Shahid Benjamin and company. Thank you very much, Mr. Benjamin. And I know the legendary Bob Marley would definitely be proud of that, that presentation just now. That was excellent. Up next on the program, we have Miss J.D. Keynes. What is in it for an alumni? And it is a pleasure for me to introduce a former co-worker, Miss J.D. Keynes.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, both here and those tuned in virtually, good evening again. Now, in 2005, I graduated with a CAPE certificate from this great institution. It's a long time ago, right? Oh, Miss Owen says no. We all know why. Now, during my 2-year stint, I was able to meet remarkable lecturers and students, engage in meaningful and thought-provoking discussions, as well as represent this institution and this island as a debater at the Leeward Islands level. When I look at where I am today, I must give credit to the CFBC for playing a role in my professional development. It is on that premise that I am here this evening from across the waters in Nevis to be part of this momentous event. Colleges and universities worldwide have vibrant alumni associations. Such associations offer benefits to colleges and universities themselves, members of the alumni body, as well as to current students. The association is seeking to operate along those lines. And you know we always want to know what is in it for us. So here we go. This Alumni Association wants to offer dedicated alumni support through career services, alumni scholarships, and platform for recognition of alumni accomplishments. Gather and maintain a database of employment information which will assist us to source suitable jobs. Provide opportunities for the alumni members to socialize with each other and have a good time, because that is needed at times, while also expanding our personal and professional connections. Grant us access to CFBC resources, including libraries, lecture halls, training centers, and career services that are useful to the members of the association. Update and or involve us in the college's special events and overall development. Provide opportunities for us to network with alumni in the Federation and abroad. And it's a perfect opportunity to increase the value of our academic credentials that were gained at CFBC. Additionally, some persons just love to give. Some persons love to give back, whether in kind or monetarily, whatever it is. And so you get an opportunity to give back as well. To join the association, you can complete the sign-up form. It is quite brief. These will be available at the institution as well as electronically. And not too long after tonight's launch, you will be able to see the association visible on social media. So I know that was one of the questions or concerns raised this week when we were on the radio. How can persons see and learn more about the association? So now that we've been launched, or considering that we'll be launched now, you will get an opportunity to see much more of the association and find out why you should be part of it. As an Division alumnus of CFBC, I want to personally be able to offer assistance in whatever way possible to students of CFBC, particularly my fellow Divisions. You see, locally we take this institution for granted. But do you know that this is a name brand institution? When I was a student at UVI, I was able to gain quite a number of credits because of the courses I took here at the CFB College. Yes, CFBC. Also, I was able to receive, along with my colleagues, significant discount on the tuition day at UVI. I told you, it's a name brand institution. And I'll close by reminding, because I like to joke about it, that when I was on the debate team here at CFBC, you know, it was a big thing because there's a St. Kitts team and there's a Nevis team. And I liked everybody to know that I am the division in the room. Well, you know, during the sessions were great. We had excellent coaches here at CFB. And you had to be well poised during these sessions. And I was well poised because I didn't want to, you know, waste the people's time. But whenever there was a break for like 5 or 10 minutes, you would hear that real Ronnie Vision accent come out. And I would say things like Abi and Gulang. And I think it was Miss Hughes. I think that's her name. Miss Hughes would look at me, JD, don't you dare go on that stage when it's time to debate and say Abi, you know, and Gulang. What is Abi anyway? And I would do it all the time just to get under her skin, just to get under her skin. But she would always remind me, we love you as a debater for CFB, but don't think you're going to debate against the Nevis team. And I understood why. But all in all, I am today still very grateful for the opportunities that were granted to me here at CFBC. Like I told you, when I look back, when I look at where I am now and all that I am trying to do and continue to do and all that I have done, I really have to give credit to CFB and other institutions like CFB for the role they played in my life. And so alumni, near and far, let us make life a little easier for the people who are coming behind us. Let us join the CFBC Alumni Association. Good evening.
JD, thank you very much for your presentation. And I too was a witness to your Vision twang every single day on the job. Abi was the thing. but it's a great twang. I use it from time to time when I want to get under the skin of some of my Vision fans. But Abi, that's the lick right there. But anyways, let's continue, and we get into the CFBC Alumni Association jingle.
We take joy in what we do. CFBC here for you. For merit we strive, and you can too. Practical programs for students, civil development of self, contributes to nation building, raising standards and wealth. Help our graduates so high, scholarships for alumni, foster friendships, building links, create networks, upgrade skills, empowerment shows greatness in you. This is what we do. CFBC here for you. CFBC greatness, CFBC pride, CFBC here for you. For excellence we strive. CFBC greatness, CFBC pride, CFBC here for you. For excellence we strive. Visit our main offices today and sign up for the CFBC Alumni Association or call us at 465-2856.
It is my pleasure now to invite Mr. Earl Kelly, and he's the chairman of the TDC Group of Companies. Mr. Kelly?
Thank you very much, Mr. Master of Ceremonies. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to adopt the protocol that was established earlier. First of all, let me say I'm very honored to have been asked to speak at the ceremony this evening to deliver remarks marking the official launch of the CFBC Alumni Association under the theme CFBC Excellence, Past, Present, and Future. I'm in division, and I didn't attend the CFBC college. Went to the Charleston Secondary School. But my kids did, and I always cherish the education that they got here. And as the chairman and CEO of TDC, we have a long-standing relationship between TDC and the college. I'd just like to make a couple of remarks. And I start by saying in 1997, according to my research, when the college was renamed the Clarence Fitzroy College in honor of the former Minister of Education, it was, and I quote, to provide education and training for kitchens and divisions who, upon graduating, are able to make contributions to the social and economic development of the country. That was a very serious statement. And I take that to mean that this was a signal that the college had a mandate, and I think it still does, to train its graduates to contribute to the entire society, including business. And I say business because I'm in the business sector, and we draw on the resources of the college. A quick look at CFBC's mission, goals, and philosophy indicates that the college is zealous about educational advancement, creating learning opportunities, developing leaders and professionals, self-development, and by extension, to contribute to nation building. There's no question in my mind that the college has and continues to make significant contributions to the development of the nation. And it has proven itself to be a very, very valuable resource for its students, graduates, and the community at large, including the business sector. CFBC now boasts of a diverse subject offering. When it was established, there was no information technology, office administration, architectural technology, hospitality and culinary arts, performing arts, adult and continuing education, and entrepreneurship programs. These programs are now commonplace, giving our people even more opportunities to gain knowledge and experience and develop varied skills sets, making them well-rounded, trained, and marketable. Graduates of these programs are very valuable resources for employers in both the private and public sectors. Many businesses in the private sector, including ours, TDC, which I represent, aggressively recruit from among the ranks of the graduating classes each year. We look for graduates in accounting, IT, auto mechanics, electrical services, office administration, among others. In an ever-changing world where modern technology continues to advance and emerge in our society, production processes and organizations are changing, and new business models are coming on stream. CFBC, and I must congratulate the college, has taken the lead to use this technology to make their contributions in the Federation and even farther afield, with its participation in the Global Robotics Olympics in Washington, D.C. in 2017 and in Mexico City in 2018. In 2020, the record shows, the robotics team displayed its humanoid project and 3D printed mobile prosthetics for the OECS Minister of Education when they met here. This is an area, I believe, technology I'm talking about, that must be encouraged, as technology affects almost every aspect of our lives. In that regard, I encourage the college to seriously and with some urgency develop and offer more technology-related training. There's a dearth of knowledge and experience in IT locally, which is really unfortunate because of the fast-growing need for IT skills and as businesses modernize to become more efficient, more effective, and more profitable. The Clarence Fitzroy College has an excellent record in terms of the quality of its 2,000 plus graduates. These are men and women who have excelled and hold positions of leadership in various institutions. Minister Powell is an example, locally and abroad, and some who are very well established and successful entrepreneurs and professionals here in the Federation and abroad. I'm extremely pleased to say that many of these graduates are also part of the TDC family. through its Warren Tyson Scholarship Program, and Warren Tyson was the first chairman of TDC. And so when he died in 1983 or thereabout, the company established a scholarship program in his honor. The TDC group has provided full scholarships to over 150 graduates and current students at this college. Some of those graduates are working within the TDC group, and we are very proud of their work that they do to assist and developing and managing our operations. Some of them are in senior positions and include, and I'll name them, Mr. Edward Claxton, he's the assistant manager of our home and building depot on Frigate Bay Road. Ms. Belinda Claxton, she is the assistant manager of our home and building depot in Nevis. Mrs. Natasha Thompson, she's a retail accountant. Ms. Mary Brown, she's the assistant manager of our customs department. And Mrs. Jolene Pemberton, she's our compliance manager. But it doesn't stop there. We have a number of Warren Tyson scholars who don't work for the company. And they include Dr. Shandell Norford, some of whom include Dr. Shandell Norford. She's a forensic pathologist and the assistant medical examiner at the medical examiner's office in Leesburg, Florida. She also runs her own forensic consulting company, the Forensic Physician LLC. Mrs. Almisha Richardson Campbell, PhD. Some of you may remember her. She delivered the Prime Minister's lecture for the 2021 Independence celebrations. She is the Assistant Vice President for Research and Economic Development and the Director for Technology Transfer and Commercialization at Jackson State University in Mississippi. Ms. Kamara Isaac, she is the manager of the Caribbean Outreach at Monroe College in New York. Ms. Isaac has been very instrumental in recruiting students from the Caribbean to pursue studies at Monroe. And as we speak, TDC is having discussions with her to see how she can work with us so that some of our employees who are interested can do some online courses with Monroe, and they can qualify and go off in a year or two. So we are doing our part in that regard. We also have Dr. Drew, specialist in internal medicine and politician. Dr. Ron Carty, he's a dental surgeon. Mrs. Merlis Warner O'Loughlin, she is the Director of Legal Services at the ECCB. And we also have Mrs. Jolene Williams Nelson. She's the Director of Human Resources at the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank also. So these 7 persons are people who got scholarships from TDC through our Warren Tyson Memorial Scholarship Program, and they have gone off and they have done extremely well. We are very proud of their accomplishments, and I'm sure the college is equally proud of their accomplishments. TDC has been a partner with the college for many years. We have always accommodated without hesitation participating students in the college's annual internship program in such disciplines as auto mechanics and office administration. As you embark on another chapter in CFBC's history, I commend you for the launch of the Alumni Association. It will serve you well as you seek to create opportunities for graduates and the college itself. The actions of the association and its members can inspire others to participate and support the goals of the association. But you have to be active, and you must become and remain relevant. There are many benefits that can accrue to the association and the college, some of which were highlighted earlier, but I just want to touch on 2. I'm not even sure if he mentioned them, but I want to mention this. The association must act somewhat as a pressure group to ensure that the government, the minister is here, to ensure the government continues to provide investment, because college needs investment. And it needs to have, its operating costs paid for. Nobody wants to go to an institution to find that 20 years after, it doesn't exist. That's very, very important. So it must stay alive, it must improve, it must get stronger, it must grow. That's where the Alumni Association come in, to keep the pressure on Minister General and the rest of his cabinet. Also, very importantly, I don't want to make your job too difficult, but I want to say this. The Alumni Association must also act as an unsolicited advisory group. The reason why I say that, because many times we think as managers that we know best. Very often that's not the case. We need to listen to others too. Their ideas are often just as good and even better than ours. A different point of view or perspective is helpful, and they should not be ignored. So, association, don't allow yourself to be ignored. Speak up. When you're asked to speak up, sometimes when you're not asked to speak up, that's important, because it's your institution too. You have to remember that. I also want to encourage the association to assist the administration in introducing new areas of study. As the world changes, history still is important, but it's perhaps not as important as what's happening now. Technology is a big thing. If you look at the fastest growing jobs in the world today, a lot of it is technology related. We are not big in technology here, I suppose, because we don't have the resources and we're starting late. But it's not too late. We can catch up. But people need to be encouraged, the administration need to be encouraged, the administration of the college need to be encouraged, the minister need to be encouraged and pressured, and the private sector also has to contribute. So I hope I'm not putting my feet in my mouth, but that's the honest truth, because we benefit. Private sector benefits, and we are part of the society. So those are important. I think that the establishment of the Alumni Association is an excellent idea, and I wish to commend everyone who is part of this initiative, and the administration of the college, which, from the looks of it, is in full support. But trust me, it won't be easy. Working in groups is never, especially one that is new and may draw its membership from such a large and diverse group. The alumni of the CFBC College is made up of very bright people. Everybody have a good idea. And that's the difficult part. Because while you're fighting to figure out which one of the good ideas is the best one, you sometimes don't get anything done at all. And you have to be careful about that. You have to decide what you want to do, stick with the plan, and get it done. Because arguing about ideas is not action. Action is what is going to be required. As your motto says, ad summa semper nitens, which means always striving for excellence, I admonish you not to sit idly and do nothing. Remember your purpose. Find creative ways to establish and maintain engagement among your members. You must stay connected, serve effectively, participate fully, and provide value that will forever benefit your alma mater. I wish you every success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kelly, Chairman of the TDC Group of Companies, for your solid presentation. And JD, I was a little disappointed though, because his presentation was solid, but since he mentioned that he was from Nevis, I was expecting to get an RB in the presentation. That would have been... I made sure but that would have been the icing on the cake. But thank you very much for your presentation, Mr. Kelly. We really do appreciate it. And for your company's contribution to the institution and the students who pass through the institution as well. Up next, we have a musical rendition by Mr. Shahid Benjamin once again. Thank you very much once again, ma'am, for another excellent presentation. And I forgot to mention, since you played Bob Marley's song earlier, that tomorrow he would have been celebrating his birthday tomorrow. So I want to thank you for that presentation you made on his behalf. And in everything we do, we must give thanks. So I want to invite Mr. Jalen Monzak to give the vote of thanks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, I'll change that. Good evening, CFBC family. And I feel safe saying that because I know that CFBC touches everyone in here. And I can imagine that this is just a small room. Imagine if you go out there and ask one person, have you been to CFBC? Have you even stepped into CFBC's gate? You don't have to be a student. I'm sure that they have been touched by CFBC. So I'm safe to say, good evening, CFBC family. If you leave, Master of Ceremonies, please allow me to adopt the protocol that has been so ably established. Being told that you to be appreciated is one of the simplest and uplifting things that you can hear in life. Therefore, it is my distinct honor to stand here before you this evening on this momentous occasion, the start of something great, to say thank you to the numerous persons and entities who have all played a significant role in ensuring the successful launch of the CFBC Alumni Association. However, before I proceed, I must give God thanks and gratitude. It is because of God's grace and mercy that we are able to reach to this point. I pray that He continues to bless us as we continue to lay down the building blocks on this association despite whatever obstacle. I would like to thank the CFBC Board of Governors, senior management, and other CFBC staff for your support and guidance throughout the planning and coordination of this launch, and for laying the initial building blocks of this association. I must single out and express my appreciation to the CFBC President, Dr. Jacqueline Austin, and her team for providing advice and administrative support to the planning committee. Also, I applaud Mrs. Deirdre Daniel France, CFBC's Business Development Officer, who was instrumental in drafting the requisite documents and being a lead coordinator in this monumental launch. Let's applaud them, please. Your unwavering support will definitely not go unseen, and I trust that we at the CFBC Alumni Association can continue to imitate this healthy relationship with the CFBC Board of Governors and administration. Further, I must thank those resolute CFBC alumni who have performed yeoman service to collaborate on the initial planning committee for the launch of this association. Let us give a rousing applause to Mr. Richley Gums, Ms. J.D. Keynes, Ms. Darcel Smith, Ms. Gabrielle Adams, Ms. Sajine Gums, Ms. Michelle Crawford, and myself. Who have done well in ensuring that this association is a success, whether that be in providing their perspective as an alumnus, organizing sensitization sessions with fellow alumni, and/or interacting with the wider community. Your invaluable contributions will not be forgotten, and I invite you to continue to provide that yeoman service that I mentioned earlier to this newly launched CFBC Alumni Association. Special thanks must go to Honorable John L. Powell, Minister of Education et al., who is also a proud CFBC alumnus. Dr. Susan Owen, Chair of the CFBC Board of Governors. Dr. Jacqueline Austin, President of CFBC. and Mr. Earl Kelly, Chairman of TDC Group of Companies Limited, for conveying their endorsements and overall support to the growth of this association. CFBC alumni, such as Pastor Renesia Huggins, for invoking God's presence and for blessing tonight's proceedings. Mr. Brency Blake, for delivering not one, but two riveting instrumentals. Mr. Javier John Bass, for guiding us through the overview of the association. Ms. J.D. Keynes, for outlining the steps of joining for interested alumni. Mr. Shakid Benjamin and Company for, I thought it was one, but it's actually two beautiful musical renditions. Also, to Mr. Sinclair Chico Gishad for his skillful performance as Master of Ceremonies. Ms. Javicia Canonier, who will be succeeding me soon, who will lead us in reciting the college prayer shortly. Sponsors such as G-Squared Arts, Mr. Nigel Chukapa-Lewis, Mr. Anelto Wilkin, CFBC Security and Custodian Staff, Ms. Sarah Pemberton Catering Services, the Education Media Unit, the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, SKNIS, ZIZ, other media houses in the Federation, and the audience here, who are present here, as well as who are viewing online. As we come to a close of this momentous occasion, I would like to thank in advance the CFBC alumnus who I know will come out in their numbers to register for this, to be a part of this association and glowingly contribute to this initiative, which I think is a great one. For a better CFBC, for a better community. Should you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to contact us on Facebook or Instagram to have your questions answered. Have a good evening, and let us continue to celebrate CFBC excellence, past, present, and future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Monzak. And it just left for me now to thank Mr. Monzak for giving the vote of thanks. Thank you very much for thanking all of us who are here and made our contribution today. But the final item on the program for this evening is the college prayer, and we now invite Ms. Javicia Canonier, and she's a current student mentored by an alumnus. Javicia?
O Lord God Almighty, you have given us the power of intellect and the glory and the anguish of the choice of freedom. Give us the ability to think and choose aright, to wisely determine our destiny and to shape the life of others. Give us the courage to use the skills and intellect for the improvement of your world. Deliver us from self-deception and delusion, from timidity and the flight from responsibility. Help us to reject the shallow, the artificial, and trivial. May our efforts assist us in discovering those values which enrich our lives, promote our designs, and purify our minds. Grant that we may serve you with zeal, be courteous to our equals, just to those we serve, sympathetic to those in distress, and a friend to those in need. For Jesus Christ's sake, amen.
Well, that's it. We have come to the end of our presentation this evening. I just want to thank Javicia for her presentation, and I want to thank all those who came out this evening and for those viewing online. Thank you very much.